There's a kitty back there. Hey there and welcome to my channel. This is Foggy Fiction and I am Haley. I'm a writer living with mental illness, doing my best to show that mental health does not dictate talent or worth, and hoping to encourage others to chase their dreams. If you're new to my channel, I try to post 1 to 2 videos a week, usually centered around things related to writing, reading, or mental health. But sometimes I get off topic and that's okay too. In today's video, I'm going to talk about my mental health and the importance of yesterday. And I'm also going to be setting up my Q4 goal board. We're going over the goals, coming up with the goals. We're doing stuff with goals today. So to start, yesterday, as of the time that I'm filming this, was October 2nd. And so when I was 17, my best friend and we'd set up this visit to go visit this college. And on our way home, we stopped at Taco Bell to eat. And I remember her looking at what I got and what he got, and making a comment about how we basically had the same thing and she was eating something different or something along those lines. And then we start to leave, and I can remember us walking out of the building, but I can't hear anything in the memory. There's no sound in that memory. And I can kind of remember us pulling away, and I had said that I got to sit on the front on the way home because she had sat in the front on the way there. I remember looking at my feet and my hands and not knowing what to do with them because it felt awkward. That's the last thing that I remember. I'm going to try not to cry. I'm wearing my contacts today, and I hate crying when I wear my contacts because sometimes I have to take them out and clean them when I do that, so I'm going to try not to. I don't know if I've ever told this story this in depth on my channel before, but I think an hour or two after that last memory of mine, we were involved in a car accident that was really just a bunch of unfortunate events all coming together to make this car accident happen. I don't have any blame for the boy driving. I don't have any blame for the man driving the vehicle that hit us. It was an accident, a big accident all around. And we were hit on the passenger side by a county oil truck, which is semi-truck and trailer. I was in the front passenger seat and my best friend was in the back passenger seat. Both of us were wearing our seatbelts. Based on the bruising that I received from my seatbelt, it is determined, and placement of my injuries, it was determined that I was probably turned with my back more toward the door, talking to her. Didn't want to cry. I received multiple injuries. I had partially collapsed lung. I had a bruise on the other lung. I had a tear on my liver, a bruise on my spleen. I had 2 broken bones in my back, and the little bones on the side of your spine. I broke 2 of those. I had a hole in my head the size of a silver dollar, a traumatic brain injury, both from the impact and from my brain actually bounced around inside of my skull. The injury also caused me to have partial paralysis of the left side of my body. I had to go through physical therapy, learn to use my left leg again, and I don't remember a lot from the hospital, but I do remember one moment where they told me to touch my nose, and I went like this. The boy driving, he had a few injuries too, but otherwise he was mostly fine. And my best friend's neck broke and she died. This girl she was my best friend, but we were inseparable. She was like a sister to me. I loved her like a sibling. I always referred to her as basically being a sister. You know, we were both bullied in school and we had each other, and sometimes that was all we had, you know. She was my best friend and I lived and she didn't. Yesterday was the 12-year anniversary of that, and my first book was very, very much inspired by that experience. It is about a girl who gets in a car accident and she survives and her best friend doesn't, and her navigating life, dealing with grief and survivor's guilt, and also like other aspects of mental illness popping up as she deals with all of this. And like I said, it was inspired by my own experience, and yesterday was a hard day. Yeah, so that's what yesterday was, and I just wanted to openly talk about it just because, you know, I mention a lot that I have mental illness, but I don't talk a lot about where that derives from, and that moment in my life is really, really where the root of my problems came from. So I'm going to talk about that. I did not want to cry, and I'm sorry. I knew I was going to talk about this when I started making this video today. I had intended to talk about that situation, but I didn't know how in depth I was going to go, and I didn't want to or intend to cry, so I apologize. Let me see. I'm going to pause my video and blow my nose. Alright. I've taken a second to compose myself. Moving on to something happier. If you've seen my last video about this, I do a Monopoly style goal board challenge every quarter. I started it at the beginning of this year, and so I do this Monopoly goal board every year. Each property is a goal that I have for the quarter, and if I collect all 3 properties in a set, I reward myself. And so it is a fun thing that I do to focus on the goals that I'm wanting to complete and a way to reward myself for doing that. Last quarter ended with my goal board looking like this. I got really close on some of the goals and just didn't quite nail them. You can see there's some of them I only had a few things left to get done and I didn't get them. But that is okay. I'm still pretty happy with where I ended off with all of these goals. I'm going to go ahead and pick out my goals for next quarter. And then I will also say at the front of this, I have a house cup thing. I haven't filled in Gryffindor yet, but basically I put in the amount of goals that I completed each quarter, and so we'll see at the end of the year which quarter I did the best on, and I just have it set up like the house cup. So Gryffindor, I did get quite a few, so it might be the winner, but we'll see if I do better this cup and Hufflepuff takes the lead. We'll see. My goals for Q4 are going to be very similar to my goals for Q3. So the goals that I had in Q3 were use my journal 10 times, use my bullet journal 25 times just to keep myself on track, post to Discord 25 times, post to Twitter 20 times, post to Instagram 15 times, post to TikTok 15 times, post to YouTube 15 times, interact on YouTube 15 times. A lot of those you can tell are social media goals because I'm trying to get myself more active and present in my social media. Not just me posting, but also interacting as well. Brainstorm 10 ideas, script 10 videos, post to blog 20 times, read 10 books, read 2 craft books of those 10, watch 5 free writing lecture videos, exercise 10 times, crochet 10 projects, beat 3 games or DLCs, write 100,000 words, send MH to betas again, send AR to betas for the first time, revise MH, revise AR. Obviously, I would be doing those before I sent them to betas, but I do my goals kind of in order of how difficult they are, and it would be more difficult to finish revising than it is just to send them off to betas. So that's why they're kind of out of order there. And then for my last 4, those are the railroads, and I kind of just set them up as 4 parts to one big goal, and they were basically just working on different parts of my Bujo that I needed to get set up. You can see based on the properties which ones I did get. And then off that thing I showed you a second ago. But yeah, so a lot of these are going to get moved over to next quarter. What I have on my list, and I do just a little list on my phone, and I'll check it off as I go. And I'll put, instead of the numbers, however many times I'm going to do it, I just put X times as I'm writing up the list, and then I'll decide based off of how well I did last quarter and how well I think I might do this quarter, what I'm wanting to do this quarter, and what that number is going to be. So like the ones where I finished it really early, I'm probably going to up that number this time. So what I've already got on my list of ones I am for sure going to move over to this quarter is use my journal X times, use the Bujo X times, post to Discord, Twitter, Instagram, blog, and YouTube X amount of times, interact on YouTube X amount of times, post to TikTok X times, script X videos, write X amount of words. That one's still in the air. I want to do my 100,000 goal again because I didn't do it this year, but I know me and I have trouble getting myself to keep track of my word count outside of nano events, and I don't know why I have trouble with that. Brainstorm X ideas because I'm still working on building up for my yearly goal. I've got one to have 20 ideas in my back catalog, and I'm still working on building up those ideas. Read X amount of books, exercise X amount of times, crochet X amount of projects, beat X amount of games or DLCs, and then of course set up my Bujo pages in time, so that'll be for my railroads, and then watch X amount of craft videos I put on this one because I am trying to get myself, instead of focusing on the lecture videos, focusing on specific craft videos. And I've been looking up new YouTubers to follow and watch their videos, so that can work with that. But also, you know what? I can add that to the list. Watch videos from X new YouTubers. So that puts me up. I think I need 4 more. So that's what I'm doing today, getting 4 more ideas. This is kind of a boring video, I'm sorry. So I'm wanting to focus on things that are something I'm wanting to either get myself to do more of, focus on more, or expand myself on more. I guess that all means the same thing. So now I've got 4 things left. I left off some things from last quarter. So actually I'm going to go ahead and add revise AR on here because that is one thing that I want to do. And then I'm going to put send AR to betas. So that was 2 more, which means I think I only need 2 more. I just counted them, and I need 26 things, including the 4 for the railroad, so I only need 2 more things. So now looking at my old list again, what else do I have on here that I could add? So I had 2 more things. Goodness, what can I work on? You know what, let's go look at the previous quarter and see what I had on there. So on the previous quarter, quarter 2, I had some things like writing poems and short stories. I don't want to do ones like writing poems and short stories because I'm already going to be doing Nano, and I don't want to give myself more than I can handle in one quarter. So let's go look at my first quarter. So, ooh, yes, I like that one. Set up my Kanban board. That is something I've been wanting to work on, so I'm going to do that. Set up Q4 Kanban board. If you don't know what a Kanban board is, it's kind of like your goals, like a more visual way to track them. I'm wanting to set up my Kanban board with goals that are going to be broken down more than the way that they are broken down in my Bujo. So that is what I'm going to be doing with that, and that is something I've been wanting to work on, so I'm glad I went and looked back. Also, what I was going to say, I got this the idea for the Kanban board I got from Sarah Cannon. She has 2 channels. Heart Breathings is the main writing one, but she also has a Sarah Cannon author channel. Both are good. Check out both of those, especially if you want a better explanation of the Kanban board and how it works, because she has great videos on that. All right, so what else? What I had setting up my bookshelf, cleaning out my spare room, cleaning off my desk. Query was one of them. I'm not going to be ready to query this year, which makes me sad because that was actually on my 30 before 30 goals list. I have so many goals. I love to break down goals. And on my 30 before 30 was to query. And I'm not going to be able to do that. Is it query or is it query? I hear it both ways. I don't know. So I just need one more. One more. I've been filming for almost 30 minutes now and I haven't come up with this. There's going to be so much editing. My cat ran over here. I think I know the last one I want to do. And that's just, it's more brainstorming, but I want to brainstorm more video ideas for YouTube and TikTok. Brainstorm X ideas for YouTube/TikTok. So yeah, okay, so that's everything. So I'm not going to film myself actually putting them into my bullet journal because I mess up a lot and have to start over, so we're not going to do that. Plus, I've been filming for 30 minutes now, and I still need to edit this and post it today, and I have to work tonight, so I don't have time to do that. But yeah, we've got the goals picked out. So yeah, when I post my next video, I'll be able to show you my fancy new layout for my Q4 goals. Let me know how you set up your goals. Do you have quarterly goals that you set up like this? Do you do any fun thing that you can reward yourself on the way that I do with my Monopoly board? If you want to steal my Monopoly board idea, please do, because like I'm pretty sure I'm not the first person to come up with this. Please do. I would love to see what your goals look like and how your setup is. Yeah, sorry I spent the first of the video crying, but yeah. Anyway, like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're interested in following my very clumsy journey as a writer living with mental illness. Sorry, my cat is being noisy right now, and enjoy the happy moments.